Does your back always feel stiff? Do you tweak it regularly? Here's why. Hi guys, Tom Morrison here, and today I'm going to show you how and why you may always be running into back problems and how to fix it as well. Firstly, if you have an achy, breaky back, I can definitely sympathise with you. I injured my lower back and damaged 3 discs and even have an impinged nerve. But as long as I do the things that we're going to be showing you in this video and keep on top of them, I never have to worry and I never have any problems. I can weightlift, I can do anything that I want without any pain whatsoever. In a lot of cases, a physical injury can actually be quite irrelevant. As long as you have good training and structure and good mobility throughout your whole body, you may not ever run into any issues. What we want to think about first of all is all of the different positions that the core can actually move your torso. So what we're going to do is lean left and right first of all. This is lateral movement, but you also have variations of that as well. So if Jenny moves her body like this ever so slightly, you also have movements like that too. Your body can do this, your spine can do this, and it's very important to show your body these movements, so go the other direction as well. And this can go all the way down as well, so you can go down like that. Cool. So a bit of a rotation as you go, and then just back, so just your standard touching the toes, and then your extension, so leaning back as well. And this is the things that people really focus on. They just go touching the toes and leaning back, and all these other diagonal positions get left out, and that's how you can really start to feel like you're almost waddling. So what we want to be able to do is, first of all, know we can do those positions and be able to move through those positions, but as well, can Jenny, if I try and catch her off guard, although I've already told her so it might not work, is resist as I pull. So that's one very, very important thing as well. So if I was to just pull Jenny like that and she was to go like that, she can't resist any sort of external force, and that can make your body feel crazy weak. So I should be able to go around the back as well and pull this side. And she should be strong in all of those different positions and as well. So if she did that same rotation to the side ever so slightly, again, if I was to pull her on either side, she feels strong in those positions. She's able to resist. She's able to switch her core on, and that is what will make her feel stronger overall. So it's very important that you can move through the positions and also resist as well. So this is where we start to look at your training. If you're always only ever doing sit-ups or toes to bar or knee raises, anything like that, all you're doing is the same position every time. You just lower back, lower back, lower back is rounding. You got to think about extension. You've got to think about resisting these forces from side to side. So literally just single arm farmer carries could be enough to make you feel strong. So just a heavy weight on one side and just walking will be enough to sort of fill up these gaps in your training. So you need to look at what you're doing all of the time. If you're never doing any of this other sort of movement, then that's where you're going to run into problems. Also, look at your daily habits. Are you a parent that's maybe walking around with a child all day? You've got one of them, but you don't have the other one. So if you're always holding things on one side or always sitting to one side, or even at your work, you're sitting and leaning on the mouse all day, you're always just lengthening this one side. So make sure, if we go through them again, you've got left and right this way. You've also got a slight diagonal left and right as well, and this way as well. And then you have your forwards and backwards here. Flexion and extension. So make sure that you have these almost daily, but that you look at your overall training. Are you including all of these movements? There is so much more to keeping the lower back feeling happy than just doing planks and sit-ups. You want to make sure that you have all of these different movements in place. Just stretching your lower back all the time will not work. No matter what your level of training, the basics are what you need to have, and they are good pelvis awareness, know where neutral is, the ability to brace and understand intra-abdominal pressure, good rotational strength that is relatively equal on both sides, be able to resist external forces, and be able to generate power from any position. If you're at a more competitive level, you will need to be on top of this stuff almost to the point that it actually starts to bore you. Here's an example of a great core circuit that you can use to fill in the gaps in your training. So what Jenny's going to do first of all is high side plank hip drops. So she's going to go up on the hand as high as she can. She's going to slowly drop the hip down and then pop it back up again nice and fast. So 5 of these on each side, making sure that you're not sinking into the shoulder too much like this. You're needing to have shoulder open like that, and you can stagger the feet ever so slightly just to give yourself that better balance point. So 5 on the, this is the right side, and then we're going to go for 5 on the right side. You can just twist around. You can do a fancy commando roll if you're by yourself in the gym, no one else can see you. So drop it down nice and slow, control, and then boom, explode it back up, nice and powerful. That's it, so 5 on each side. So this gets that movement into the sides first of all. And then after that, we're going to hop up, we're going to grab a dumbbell, and we're going to do 10 marches with the dumbbell in our left and the right arm. So we're getting that resistance while being lateral. So 10 marches, so each leg counts as one. So she's on 3 now. And what we're looking to avoid here is leaning to the side like that when you do it. You're looking to make sure that everything's locked into place and that you're able to hold those positions. So 10 with it in your right arm. All the time thinking about, boom, locking this in. And then 10 within the left arm. March on the spot, and remember to breathe. Anytime you're doing core work stuff, you want to make sure that you're breathing properly. So you're trying to move while being relaxed. Fantastic. So straight after your 10, you're then going to get some light fractional plates. So we just have a couple of 1 kilo plates here. Jenny's going to lift them up, hold them together, and then she's going to move left and right rotation wise. You're going to do 5 that way. You can keep the shoulders locked down here. Really get the feel of everything stretching out as you go. You should almost feel like you're wringing your body out like a towel. This is a great thing to add into your training, or if you're coming back from a back injury or something like that. If you struggle to do these movements, or these movements are painful, then you may not be quite ready to lift weights yet. The next variation after we've gone just straight left and right is we're going to add a slight diagonal into that. And we're going to go up and down this way. We're going for 10. And then up and down, left and right. So 10 reps. There we go. And you're going to do this full complete circuit for 3 full rounds. So make sure that you're going left and right for 10, and then you're going boom, across for 10. All the time remember to breathe and make sure that the hips are being locked into place whenever you're doing this. If we want to add in the hips later on, you could start to move the feet like that too, but it's a little bit different. We're looking just after core activation here for now. So we're looking to think about just locking the hips in place and only working from here. So give this circuit a go, give it 3 rounds, make sure you can do all the movements really well. I would also recommend you film yourself while doing them so that you can really see what you're doing, and if you're seeing that you're maybe struggling on one side more than the other, that is something that you really want to start to work on. So give this a go, add it to your training, and you will feel absolutely awesome for it. Lower back pain is not a life sentence, and there are so many things that you can do to get away from it. Today we only touched on the core, but if you improve your thoracic mobility and your hip mobility as well, like in the simplistic mobility method, you will be amazed at how strong you can actually start to feel. Do you struggle with back pain? Would you like to overcome it? We would love to hear your story. If there's any way you think we could help you out, just send a message or leave a comment, and also let us know if you noticed that I changed my t-shirt midway through the video.